Every night, your dog makes a choice. They don't just fall asleep wherever they land. They pick a spot, deliberately. The same spot, night after night. And if that spot is the foot of your bed, there's something you need to know. You've probably told yourself one of two things. Either they just like it there, or they want their own space. Both of those are wrong. What's actually happening is one of the oldest, most deliberate acts of love a dog can show. And once you understand it, you will never look at that sleeping figure at the end of your bed the same way again. Stay with me, because the last thing I'm going to tell you in this video is the part that will genuinely change how you see your dog tonight. This is Behind the Bark, the channel that goes deeper into your dog's mind than anywhere else. If you're new here, hit subscribe. We do this every week. And today, we're talking about something you've watched every single night of your dog's life without ever really understanding it. Let's get into it. To understand why your dog sleeps where they sleep, you have to go back, way back, before dogs were dogs the way we know them now. In wolf packs, and in the early wild dogs that first started living alongside humans, sleep was dangerous. When the pack slept, they were vulnerable. They knew it, so they had a system. While most of the pack rested in the warm center, certain individuals would position themselves at the edge, facing outward. Light enough sleep that they'd rouse at the first sound, the first smell, the first sign of anything coming. Researchers call this the sentinel position. And here's the part people get wrong about it. The sentinel wasn't the weakest member of the pack, stuck at the edge because there was no room in the middle. In many cases, it was the opposite. A trusted, capable animal choosing to place themselves between the group and whatever might come. The sentinel slept there because they were willing to. Now look at the foot of your bed. Your dog hasn't ended up down there by accident. They haven't settled for the leftover space. They have positioned themselves every single night between you and whatever might come through that door. That's not distance. That's a post. That's a guard. And it is as old as the relationship between our two species. Dogs talk to us all the time, not with words, with position, with posture, with where they choose to put their body when no one is asking anything of them. Sleep is the most honest version of that. When a dog is asleep, they're not trying to please you. They're not performing. They're operating on pure instinct and pure feeling. So the position they choose tells you something real. A dog that sleeps pressed against your legs or burrowed under the covers wants warmth and closeness. That's comfort-driven. It feels good. It's about their own sense of safety. A dog that sleeps on the floor across the room is comfortable enough not to need you close. That's a confident, settled dog. But a dog that sleeps at the foot of the bed? That dog is close enough to respond, positioned to face the room, body oriented toward whatever might come in, rather than curled inward for their own comfort. That dog is not sleeping with you. That dog is sleeping for you. There's a difference, and it's a big one. Dogs who sleep in this position tend to be the ones with the strongest, most secure bond with their owner. Not anxious attachment, not neediness. A quiet, confident love that shows itself through protection rather than proximity. Your dog at the foot of your bed is saying something. I've got you. Rest. I'm here. Since we're talking about sleep position, it's worth taking a minute here, because every position your dog sleeps in is saying something, and most owners have never had anyone translate it. The curled up ball. This is one of the most common. Nose tucked under the tail, body pulled tight. It looks cozy, and it is, but it's also protective. A dog sleeping this way is keeping their vital organs covered and their muscles ready to move. It's a position that comes from sleeping in the wild, in the cold, where staying warm and staying safe were the same thing. A dog who always sleeps curled tight may be a little more guarded. A dog who starts curled and slowly stretches out over the night That's a dog relaxing in real time. The full stretch, flat on their stomach, legs out front and behind. Some people call it the Superman. This one means exactly what it looks like. A dog completely at ease, ready to jump up and play, but totally relaxed right now. High-energy dogs sleep this way a lot. It keeps their muscles loose. On their back, belly up. This is the trust position. Full stop. A dog sleeping on their back with their belly exposed is making themselves completely vulnerable. The stomach is the softest, least protected part of their body. Showing it means they feel zero threat, zero need to be ready. They are, in that moment, the most relaxed a dog can be. If your dog sleeps like this around you, take it as a compliment, a big one. Side sleeping. Legs out, body loose. This is deep, comfortable sleep. Dogs in this position are typically in their safest environment, with their most trusted people. You'll often see twitching and dreaming happen in this position. That's how relaxed they are. Fully in REM, fully let go. And then, the foot of the bed, which is none of those things. It's not pure comfort. It's not vulnerability. It's not rest for its own sake. It's chosen, intentional, protective. Every other sleep position is about how your dog feels. The foot of the bed is about how they feel about you. Here's the part most people miss entirely. Not every dog does this. Anxious dogs don't do this. Dogs who don't feel safe don't do this. A dog that's overwhelmed, unsettled, or living in a home that doesn't feel stable, that dog can't position themselves as a sentinel. They're too busy managing their own fear to look outward for anyone else. The sentinel position requires something first. It requires a dog who feels safe, a dog who trusts, a dog who is settled enough in their world that they can stop worrying about themselves and start watching out for you. Think about what that means. When your dog chooses the foot of the bed, they are telling you, through behavior, through instinct, that what you've built around them is enough, that they feel secure, that the home you've created is stable enough that they can let their guard down about themselves and pick it up on your behalf. Sleep is the most vulnerable thing any animal does. The fact that your dog can sleep at all near you is a sign of trust. The fact that they choose to sleep in a way that puts your safety above their own comfort, that's a level of trust most humans never receive from another person. Dr. Stanley Coren, who has spent decades studying how dogs think and feel, has written about how sleep behavior reflects the depth of the bond between a dog and their owner. A dog that sleeps peacefully in a chosen position near the person they love, that dog is not just comfortable. They have found their person, and they are guarding them while they dream. While your dog sleeps at the foot of your bed, something is happening inside them that most owners never think about. Dogs sleep in cycles, just like we do. Light sleep, deep sleep, and REM, the stage where they dream. You've seen it. The paws twitching, the little muffled bark, the eyes moving under closed lids. That's real dreaming. Researchers confirmed it years ago. But here's what's less known. Dogs who sleep near their owners get better sleep than dogs who sleep alone. They spend more time in deep, restful sleep. Their stress hormone levels are lower through the night. Their nervous systems are calmer. Your presence, even while you're unconscious, is settling them, and it goes both ways. People who sleep with their dog in the room, not even in the bed, just in the room, consistently report sleeping better, feeling safer, waking up less. The Mayo Clinic looked into this and found that having a dog in the bedroom actually improved people's sense of security through the night. You are regulating each other. Two completely different species, lying in the dark, making each other feel safe, without a word, without even being awake. If that doesn't stop you for a second, I don't know what will. Here's something worth paying attention to if you've had your dog for a few years. The foot of the bed isn't always where they start, and it isn't always where they stay. A lot of owners notice a slow drift over the years. A puppy who sleeps on the floor, a young dog who finds the foot of the bed, a middle-aged dog who edges closer, to the side, to the hip, somewhere warmer as the years go by. This movement tells a story. As the bond between a dog and their owner deepens, the sleep position often shifts. That protective, watchful posture at the foot starts to soften. The dog begins to trust not just the environment, but the relationship itself. And they move closer because they feel safe enough now to need comfort as well as give it. In the early years, a dog shows love by watching over you. As the years pass, they start to show it by leaning in. Watch where your dog sleeps over the course of your life together. It's a quiet map of how close you've become. But there's another shift that happens. And this one is harder. There will come a night, and you won't know it's that night until much later, when your dog doesn't make it to the foot of the bed. Maybe they sleep on the floor. Maybe they don't come upstairs. Maybe they lie down at the bottom of the stairs and stay there. If your dog is getting older, this moment is coming. And when it arrives, it will hit you somewhere quiet. Not because anything dramatic happened, but because of what that empty space means. When an older dog stops taking the sentinel position, when they can't climb up anymore, or can't hold that posture through the night. The love doesn't change. What changes is their body. It starts to let them down. And that thing they've done every single night of their life with you, quietly, faithfully, without ever once asking for credit, starts to become impossible for them. A lot of owners say this is the moment they first felt it. Not a vet's words, not a diagnosis, just a night when the foot of the bed was empty and something felt wrong before they even understood why. I'm not telling you this to hurt you. I'm telling you because of what it means for what you do next. The dog who can no longer guard you from the foot of the bed still needs you to come to them, to sit on the floor, to let them feel your hand, to close the distance that they held open for so many years, not out of separation, but out of love. When they can't come to you, you go to them. That's the bond. That's the whole thing, right there. You don't need to change anything. If your dog sleeps at the foot of your bed, the best thing you can do is exactly what you're already doing. Let them. Don't move them. Don't read the distance as rejection. They are not down there because they want space from you. They are down there because they are watching over you. But there are a couple of small things worth doing. Look at them before you fall asleep tonight. Really look. Notice where they've positioned themselves, the direction they're facing, the slow rise and fall of their chest. They're not just sleeping. They're standing watch. If they're getting older, pay attention to how they get up there. Whether it's starting to take more effort, whether they hesitate at the edge of the bed before trying. Consider a ramp. Consider moving their bed closer. Make it easier for them, because they will keep trying long after it starts to hurt, because that's who they are. And every once in a while, not every night, just sometimes, reach down and put your hand on them before you fall asleep. Let them know you feel them there, because they always know you're there. That's the whole reason they chose that spot. Your dog didn't end up at the foot of your bed. They chose it every single night on purpose. Every time they take that spot, they are doing one of the oldest things in the history of dogs and humans. They are saying, "You are my person. Your safety matters more than my comfort, and I will be here when you wake up." That's not nothing. That's everything. If this video made you see your dog a little differently, share it with someone whose dog sleeps at the foot of the bed. They need to hear this. And tell me in the comments, where does your dog sleep? At the foot, pressed against you, on the floor beside you? I want to know. This was Behind the Bark. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.